Arvellreese has gotten a lot of love in the NFL draft community, and rightfully so. However, I think it's important that we don't forget about the other Ohio State linebacker. Sonny Styles is a player that checks so many boxes you look for at the linebacker position, and is a guy that I believe can do a little bit of everything for you on the defensive side of the football. Today, we are going to be talking about what his ceiling could be and where I project him at the next level. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a ton and helps get this video out to more NFL draft fans like yourself. If you enjoy these types of videos, comment down below which prospects you guys would like to see me talk about in a future episode, and without further ado, let's get into it. Sonny Styles was a 5-star recruit in the 2022 recruiting class and was committed to Ohio State the whole way. Styles actually started his career as a safety and showed some pretty promising upside and looked really solid for the first couple seasons of his career. But with the addition of Caleb Downs, Ohio State moved him to linebacker, where he has been excellent for the Buckeyes. In 2024, Styles finished the season with 68 tackles, 43 run stops, a forced fumble, 2 pass breakups, 19 pressures, and 6 sacks on the year for the Buckeyes. He was exceptional and decided to come back to school for one more season, and you could argue he's been even better this year. He has 38 tackles, 22 run stops, a forced fumble, an interception, and 5 pressures on the year. He's a really fun player to watch on tape, and he looks to be towards the top of a very loaded linebacker class. The first thing that really impresses me when watching Sonny Styles is his size and his athleticism. He is huge and has elite length for the position as well. Styles is listed at 6'5", 245 pounds, and has the build of an NFL linebacker. But I am also equally impressed with his overall speed and athleticism. He has great range as a prospect. He can close quickly downhill, he's got good stop and go explosiveness, and great fluidity as well, and is a guy that I think can run in the 4.5s at his size. From an athletic standpoint, Styles brings so much to the table that I think NFL teams are absolutely going to fall in love with, so I definitely love that about his game. As a downhill player, I really like what Sonny Styles is able to do. I think Styles is an awesome overall run defender. Because of his ability to trigger quickly, there are so many instances where he's able to explode into the backfield and blow plays up at the line of scrimmage. But I think he shows sideline to sideline range when defending the run. Ohio State is able to move him around, and I think he takes on blocks really well and can be an impactful run defender from really any alignment. As a blitzer, I also think that Styles shows some really nice moments. His timing as a blitzer is phenomenal, and he has made multiple contributions throughout his career as a pass rusher to the Buckeyes defense. While they have toned back his blitz usage a little bit this season, I really think he can be an impact as a pass rusher, and I really love his overall downhill ability as a linebacker. Because of his safety background, I also think Styles can be a very good coverage defender at the next level. Right now, I think Styles more so thrives in zone coverage. He reads the quarterback's eyes really well, has the closing speed to make a play on the football, and I think he shows good overall football IQ in zone coverage. He's smart, he's not overly aggressive as a coverage defender, and I do think when asked to guard running backs or tight ends in man coverage, Styles held his own pretty well. He has the fluidity and athleticism to stick in one-on-one coverage, and I think he's a super well-rounded linebacker that genuinely can do everything for you on the defensive side of the ball. There aren't a lot of weaknesses when talking about a prospect like Sonny Styles. Given that it is just his second season playing linebacker, there are still some growing pains, and I do think it shows up in play action. Styles has a very bad habit of being overly aggressive and biting too hard on play action. Because of this, it oftentimes eliminates him from being able to make a play on the ball, and he is forced to play a half step behind. I think this can get better with more reps, but he has to be more disciplined and not bite at the first thing he sees, and right now I think that is one of the biggest weaknesses in his game. I also think it's worth noting that Styles does not have the greatest tackling technique in the world, and historically, that has really hurt him. This year has been a career best for Styles, but last year, Styles missed nearly 20% of his tackles. I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that Styles is very much an arms tackler. I think he tries too hard to wrap guys up with his arms rather than using his full body and his overall power, which we know he has in his game. Because he has improved so much this year, I don't think a lot of people are going to bring it up as a weakness. Styles has missed 0 tackles this year for Ohio State and has been awesome. It's not something I'm super concerned about, but it is definitely something worth noting when talking about his career projection. Sonny Styles is a do-it-all, Swiss Army knife type of player. He can cover, he can rush the passer, he can defend the run, he's a very good athlete, he's got a safety background. There aren't a lot of weaknesses in his game, and for that reason, I have a first-round grade on him as a prospect. I think he is a terrific player that can start in the NFL pretty urgently and be a very good starting linebacker pretty early in his career. Styles is my number 3 linebacker in the class in what looks to be a loaded group. In terms of a scheme fit, I think because of Sonny Styles' versatility, he's able to play all along the defensive front. I think he can play in both an odd or an even front and would be great as a player you can move around the formation. I think he is the closest thing we have to a positionless player in this draft class, and that you can play him from nearly any alignment on your defense, and I think Styles can be impactful. If I have to pick just one spot, I'd like to see him as a weak side linebacker in a 4-3 scheme, one that allows him to just fire off on the football, make plays downhill, and be an overall contribution to the run game, and even be used as a blitzer. My player comparison for Sonny Styles is Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Devin Lloyd. Lloyd was a player that I was extremely high on in his draft class. He could do everything for Utah. He could blitz, he was an excellent run defender, and was such a smart and instinctive coverage defender. And he's really breaking out for Jacksonville this year and looks like a top 3 linebacker. I think Styles has a very similar skill set. They're excellent athletes, they can cover the middle of the field, and can be great downhill presences for your defense. Sonny Styles is a Swiss Army knife. I think he can impact the defensive side of the football in so many different ways, and ultimately, I believe that Sonny Styles will be a top 50 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft.